want, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Big Los,
Hollywood Kev,
and welcome to another episode of The Noize. Back up in this thing.
Yeah.
Bruh, I have a gripe.
Well, normally you have a gripe.
I do.
What's the gripe this time?
First of all, are you a fan of Chinese food?
Yeah.
I figured you were.
I'm not a fan of being hungry an hour and a half later, but I'm a fan of the food.
Right? It's like you fart and burp, and then it's like, all right, well, we got some space. It's time to make this thing happen again. But my gripe, when it comes down to Chinese food.
You ate a dog?
Yeah, probably. More than likely. I had a very carefully braised dog, seasoned, glazed with sweet and sour sauce.
Okay.
But no, the food was delicious. I forgot to order it without vegetables. And it's not because I don't like vegetables. I actually love vegetables.
That's what it sounds like. You don't like vegetables.
No, I fucking love vegetables. My body says differently.
Okay.
But I love vegetables. The issue at hand is, have you noticed that when they make the fried rice, they don't like steam the vegetables beforehand? They don't, you know what I'm saying, throw that joint in the microwave or nothing. They just throw it right in the pan, fresh out the freezer with your rice. So by the time you get your rice, like the rice is cooked, it's browned, and it's ready to go. And the fucking vegetables, you can almost still taste the seeds that were planted to grow the goddamn vegetables. They're still that fucking fresh. Cook my peas and my carrots, bruh.
Where are you going where you eating raw vegetables?
Bruh, everywhere. I swear I've never had a Chinese spot actually give me some vegetables that weren't hard as fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
I haven't had that issue.
Some people may like their shit, have a little bit of hardness on it. I like my shit soft.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I treat my vegetables the way I treat my titties. Soft and good to me when it's in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? No one wants to bite into a hard titty. No one wants to do that.
Why? Oh, you're right.
I'm about to say, you going to say, why am I comparing it? Because am I not right?
You're right.
Exactly. So I like my vegetables like I like my titties. But anyway, outside of that.
Maybe you should tell them that when you go to be like, hey, make my vegetables like my titties. But then again, they Asian, they got small titties. They might think they're hard.
Exactly.
Hard.
Exactly. And I'm cool off of that. I don't want my vegetables tasting like just nipple.
Interesting.
What's going on, good people? We appreciate y'all joining The Noize again. We appreciate y'all sticking in, man, because we I just realized how that sounded. I appreciate y'all sticking around, man. We always appreciate the views. We always appreciate the collaboration between us as the host and y'all as the viewers and the listeners in this case. I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to everyone that donated to, I'm not going to say our GoFundMe, but it was my personal GoFundMe, completely unrelated to Beat, but it was to help Beat get to a different place. It didn't hit the goal that it was supposed to hit, but when you ask for donations, you can't really have that kind of expectation, you know what I mean? Right. Anything that you get is a goal made. And we had some people come out, and they really looked out for the team, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
It's because of that we're actually recording on new equipment. Brief history of Beat and how we were doing these podcasts at first. We took it back to the old school Temptation days. Yeah. 4 niggas, one mic. If you remember some of the older shows, it kind of sounded like, somebody was either too far from the mic or somebody was too fucking close to the mic. It got to the point where me and Kev were being here recording and we were knee to knee. Kev is 6'4", I'm 6 foot even. Nah, bruh.
And this nigga got some big ass knees.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of knee out here. Wait, first of all, who the fuck are you talking about? Big ass fucking mule legs your ass guy.
I'm just saying, bro.
Anyway, again, we do appreciate it, man. It's I feel really good about it. I feel like everybody that contributed listens to this show faithfully. And they actually want to see Beat go to a place of success.
I agree.
And, for that, I'm humbled and I'm so appreciative of everybody that donated. Thank you. Even if you didn't donate, if you just shared it, just to get, just to get the word out there to influence people to donate. We definitely appreciate that. And from there, let's get on with the show.
Okay.
Because that's why y'all donated it, so we can keep this thing going. Bro, how was your week?
My week was all right. Goddamn Vegas weather got my allergies acting up.
It's looking a lot like Ohio.
Yeah, yes, you hit that right on the nail.
It has been.
Outside of that, man, my week's been all right. Yeah, just trying to be a black man in America.
Which is difficult as fuck.
You know how that shit goes.
Bro, the cops was behind me the other day on the way to work. you get the instant shits.
Oh,
like
yes.
you get nothing but the
Yes.
bubbles when you see that, because it's like, damn, they pull me over, I'm either getting a ticket or I'm getting 6 warning shots to the neck.
Yeah, it's scary out there.
It is. It definitely is, man. Make sure y'all keep your head up out there.
Yeah.
My week was straight. A lot of work, like a shit ton of work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I had these 2 days off. I'm back at it tomorrow, which would be today for if you're listening. It's very weird when we record these shows because it's like we got to make reference to Sunday when it's Saturday. Unless, of course, we drop the ball on the days and then we just recording on Sundays and shit. Which we're going to try to keep that to a minimum, by the way. Mm-hmm. Not promising shit, but we're all going to try to keep that to a minimum.
Right.
So, have you been in the news?
Me personally?
Yes.
No, I stayed out of the news. I ain't beat up nobody. I ain't cuss out Sesame Street. I didn't do nothing.
You sure?
I'm positive.
I feel like I've heard something.
You haven't heard nothing about me.
Probably have.
What you hear? Exactly. Nothing. Because I ain't did shit. I ain't part of shit. I ain't said shit.
Actually,
I
you know
ain't
what?
see
I
shit.
did hear something. So I heard you.
Yeah.
I heard you were doing the African squat with Gabrielle Sidibe, and you and you dropped her on somebody's child.
Why was a baby in the room?
I don't know what you into, nigga.
Oh, that wasn't me.
It was. I don't know any other Hollywood Kevs, bro. That's what the news was reporting.
Okay. Well, shit, I make the news. We on.
At the end of the day, that's all
We
that
on.
matters. My niggas done made it.
Right.
Out here, African squatting precious. All right, we're actually just wasting time at this point. Let's go ahead and get to to some of the things that's been going on. It's a few things. It's not much, but it is a few things. One thing that really stuck out to me was this sudden outrage. Patriots players that don't want to go to the White House.
What's funny to me about that is I don't know where the outrage is coming from.
I have no clue where the outrage is coming from.
Like, what does it matter whether a player decides to go or not go?
Like, we have freedom of speech. We have freedom of choice. Like, the last time I checked, this isn't a dictatorship.
To be completely honest with you, I don't even remember. I mean, maybe they've always done it, but I don't remember too much of seeing it as a kid, players, the team going to the White House.
Yo, I said the exact same thing.
You know what I mean? Like, this seems kind of new to me.
But you know what? It's not. That's actually some of the things I'm going to go into. I actually have in my notes about players that haven't been going. But to touch on this particular subject, so everybody knows about Martellus Bennett.
Right.
He declined to go to the White House. Shit, before they even won, he was like, "Nah, I'm not going." That says a lot about your team when you're saying before you even win anything, like, "Nah, I'm not going." But he put out a tweet. I want to say that Monday, the week of the Super Bowl. The tweet said, "America was built on inclusiveness, not exclusiveness." It was obviously directed at Donald Trump and the Muslim ban that he had in play, and what he's trying to do with the illegal immigrants and some of the legal immigrants in America.
Yeah, he fucking up.
He fucking up heavy. Martellus had an interview where he said that he probably won't go to the White House if we win because he doesn't support who's in it, which is fine.
That's fine.
Last time I checked, that shit is cool. Devin McCourty, he followed up after saying that he's not going to the White House. He told Time Magazine, "Basic reason for me is I don't feel accepted in the White House. With the president having so many strong opinions and prejudices, I believe certain people might feel accepted there where others won't." I completely agree with that as well. Because it's true.
At this point, it really is true.
And you see he's moving forward with so many of his political plans. So if it's not in your face that this man has a prejudice, you're just choosing to not see it.
Exactly.
You're
That's
just choosing to
really
not
what
see
it is at this point.
But it's actually gone up since those two players. It's now it's now at 7 players.
Yeah, it's a few, right?
Yeah, 7 off the Patriots. LeGarrette Blount, Dante Hightower, and I really hate the way he spells his fucking name. Let me just get that out the way right the fuck now. Everything about that says nah, bro. Like you didn't. Only job you were really about to get was as a pro football player. But he's fucking amazing. So good job to Dante Hightower. Chris Long, Alan Branch, and James White. They're all declining to go to the White House.
I applaud them.
I definitely do.
I applaud them. I think they're taking a stance on the wrongdoings that's been going on.
Taking a stance against hate, prejudice, that the whole nine, bro.
Yeah, I applaud them. And like you said, I mean, they have the option to not do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? What is I did see, I honestly, I'm not good with football players' names. I'm really not.
But me neither, Trevor. I had to write all this shit down.
I'm not good on, but I did see, it was on Twitter. It was like a picture of one of these players saying that they're not going, and the racist comments that followed, I was like, whoa.
It's crazy that when they express the reason that they're not going, you kind of validate their reason with your response.
Exactly. And you're doing it, and it's like, damn, like, this is how you really feel. You're calling the man a monkey, telling him just shut up and play ball and doing different stuff. Okay, he is shutting up and play ball. He played ball. He's this
on
season's
break right
over.
Now. He got his ring.
Yeah, he ain't.
I'm going the fuck home. I'm not going to DC.
I'm not going to DC. Exactly. You know what I mean? And what's funny to me is all this outrage with these players, and obviously the first person that said it was black, and yet nobody said nothing when Tom Brady didn't want to go to the White House.
And you know I was about to get to that.
That was hushed then.
Listen, we're about to circle. We're going to circle back around to that. Trust me, it's coming though. So I took the time and I did the research because I'm like, Tom Brady couldn't have been the first one to turn down a White House visit.
Right.
And of course, in my research, I found plenty of white players that turned down a visit to our black president.
Interesting.
So if I could run through the list real quick, if you please humor me for a second. So you got 3 players from the 72 undefeated Dolphins team.
Okay.
Of course, they didn't go in 72 because Obama was not there. But there was a photo opportunity that they invited the team back. I think it was for their anniversary or something like that. I can't remember. I didn't find what year it was about. But the team was invited back for a photo op with Obama. 3 of the players, 3 of the Dolphins, championship Dolphin undefeated team. They turned it down. But do you know why they turned it down?
No.
Everybody's talking about, you're preaching hate and dissension by saying you don't want to go see Trump, yada, yada, yada. The 3 players turned it down because they straight up said they hate Obama.
Wow. How did
that was the general consensus amongst those 3 players, that they hate Obama.
They hate.
Hate.
That's not only is hate a very strong
very
word.
fucking strong word. How you hate a nigga you don't know?
Exactly. Like, you've never met this person, you know what I mean? And he's obviously done stuff to help the country.
Right.
And yet you hate him. That's interesting to me.
Because, whether you were directly affected or not, he's easily one of the top 5 presidents that we've had.
Definitely.
To lead this country, he's easily in the top 5. I don't know where he falls in that top 5, but he's easily in that top 5.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that one.
And yet you hate him. Now, as a white guy who won the Super Bowl in 72, so realistically, you were born in like 50-something. As a white guy, why do you hate a black president? Huh.
That's very interesting, boy.
It's intriguing, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of emphasis on the boy, because I'm pretty sure that's how they was feeling. Doesn't stop there. Other players outside the NFL, actually. Well, not all outside the NFL, but other players outside of the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. Tim Thomas from the Boston Bruins turned down a visit to Obama. Dan Hampton from the Chicago Bears turned down a visit with Obama. And Matt Burke from the Baltimore Ravens turned down a visit with Obama.
Wow. I didn't hear anything about those players.
You normally never do.
Yeah.
It kind of gets swept under the rug when it's a black president and white players. But the biggest one that we were talking about is 2015 when the Patriots won. Damn, they just fucking won.
Yeah, they just won.
But
they won, took a break, came back and
right, it was like, no, we're going to take the season off. It's good.
Right.
But 2015, Tom Brady declined to go. Didn't say why. He just, not feeling it. Didn't want to go. So now we have this American hero, Tom Brady. And before I even go into my destruction of Tom Brady, I do want to say I separate the player from the actions.
Exactly.
We had the same conversation when we were talking about Nate Parker. You got to separate the artist from the person. I do separate the player from his actions. Tom Brady has officially proven himself as the greatest quarterback to ever come into the NFL.
Agreed.
The greatest. 5-time champion. He's not the first one to win 5 championships, but he is the first quarterback to win 5 championships, and they all directly associated to his work as a quarterback. Bill Belichick, not arguably, and I'll see anybody that want to talk about it, Bill Belichick is the greatest coach to ever coach a team in the NFL.
I agree.
I honestly think he has all of them beat.
I agree.
Outside of that, you look like a piece of shit when you opt, when you opt to not go see a president strictly because he's black. I didn't see whether or not Belichick went, but I feel like with Belichick and Brady being such butt buddies, I'm pretty sure he probably sat out 2015 as well.
Right.
And to me, that's hate beyond any imaginable efforts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think in this case where they're not trying to go see Trump, they're going not because it's Trump per se, because of what he's trying to get in place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? What he's currently doing. You know what I mean? Exactly what he stood for. And by them not going to see Obama just because he's black, that's a completely different scenario.
Yeah, there was, like, listen, when I looked up these players, there was no relative reason why they weren't going. Not one of these players that said that they're not going to the White House this time around, none of them said, oh, because we got a white president again. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got a president that's for the advancement of white people. None of that shit. They just said the shit that he's doing, I don't fuck with.
Exactly.
So how can you have an issue with somebody that is against something that we all should be against as Americans, because it's our American right to do some of the shit that he's taking away from us if y'all just fucking pay attention. But how can you be against somebody that is for your American rights? Because
the people that are against it, they're against certain people having those American rights. That's really what it boils down to.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? That's really what it is. They're with Trump when it comes to having a Muslim ban, having a wall built up. You know what I mean? And little do they know that indirectly affects all of us.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you,
as the taxpayer.
Exactly.
They come for that bread.
You know what I mean? I think the people that are upset that these players aren't going to the White House, they're part of the problem,
if not the problem.
Yeah, they're you know what I mean? And unfortunately, for people like that, there's really no change in their mind.
It's very little conversation you could have with such closed-minded folks like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's very, very little conversation that you could have. Them even voting Trump in shows that the conversation is not there.
Yeah, it's really not. It's really not. And it's funny because I remember we talked about this before. I wouldn't mind sitting down and trying to have a conversation with those people.
I want to.
You know what I mean? I definitely want to, but when you get to a certain point where it's like, okay, you don't have any reasoning behind anything that you're saying, you know what I mean? It's solely because of something as stupid as you not liking somebody because of their skin or what you may seem to be a stereotypical thing.
Right.
It gets down to a point where you're like, all right, bro, there's no point in talking to you.
And it's so funny when you hear those exact same people say you need to respect Trump the same way we respected Obama when he was in office. Like,
Shit.
where? What part of his presidency did you respect? They called him a monkey all 8 years. They called his wife a monkey all 8 years. They called his kids monkeys all 8 years.
They wanted to see that birth certificate.
They wanted to see the fucking all 8 years, right? And it's so funny how people could put certain stuff to the back burner when not only Trump breaking laws, but you got people within his cabinet breaking laws. I can't remember what the lady's name is, but she did an interview and she endorsed, is it Ivanka?
I don't know.
Well,
I don't keep up with none of them because they all look like people from The Purge to me.
Very true. She endorsed Ivanka Trump's clothing line. And that's one of the main things that when you're in the seat, you and your administration cannot endorse anybody, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
You can't endorse, whether it's your daughter or not.
You can't do it.
You can't fucking do that.
It's as you've said before, it's definitely scary times.
It's very scary times.
You know what I mean? Only positive I can come about all this is the fact that I feel like a lot of people are starting to wake up. A lot of people are starting to speak up. You know what I mean? And not really be for all the fuck shit.
Right.
Only problem is, I think with those people that are standing up, they're voicing their opinions and voicing how they feel, but that's as far as it goes. And right about now, I think we need action.
Even with us needing action right now, I've seen a lot of the riots. I can't even say real protests because they've all been riots. But I've seen a lot of the riots that's been 70, 80% white folk.
Yeah.
You have this many outraged white people and nothing's happening.
No.
Now, of course, you know, when you had outraged black people, we knew one shit gonna happen. But now that your own kind is pissed off and nothing's happening, that's what truly makes this time scary.
Exactly.
Because now you're ignoring your people. You're ignoring the motherfuckers that put you in office. Because a lot of those people that were protesting voted for Trump.
Yeah.
And they was out there with them signs.
And they really like, yeah, we fucked up. My bad. My bad. It's rough. I mean, I try to be optimistic and think that he won't last his presidency. You know what I mean? I don't wish ill will toward nobody. I don't think anybody's going to off him or nothing like that. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't think that that's going to be the case. I truly think that this is going to be one of those rare times where checks and balances come into place.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody gets him the fuck up out of here. You know what I mean? Like, we figure out a way to get him up out of here. The problem is, once he's gone, then what do we have to deal with?
That's the main thing,
you
man.
Know
that
what I mean?
fucking ladder is steep.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But I think if, maybe that'll set an example, though. Maybe if we can get him out of office, that would set an example to everyone else. So they'd be like, all right, these niggas is not playing.
See, that's how you know Tom Brady is going to for sure retire then. Because
I think he's going to retire anyway.
If we get him up out of office, he's like, well, shit, I ain't going back to the motherfucking White House then. My buddy's gone.
Yeah. I mean, didn't he already endorse Trump?
Long time. Or him and Belichick.
Yeah.
Long time.
Yeah, so I don't know. I salute them players. You know what I mean? Not necessarily – what they're doing is not going to make any drastic changes, but they're using their voice for something good.
Something good, definitely.
I salute that 100%. And
keep on.
No, I'm saying to the people opposed it, you can eat a bowl of shit.
Oh, yeah. Stir it up with a bag of dicks, if you will. One thing I am slightly against, this isn't towards Martellus Bennett or Devin McCourty, but McCurdy, where the fuck McCourty come from? This isn't towards either one of them, but where were these players when Colin Kaepernick was doing his protest? Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments if any of those players that I named followed in Kaepernick's protest. But I don't remember seeing any of those players, taking a knee or, throwing a fist, or I don't remember any of that coming from them.
I don't either, but to their defense, the Patriots is a different organization.
Yes, they're America's team, quote unquote.
Exactly. So I feel like if those players, as much as whether they wanted to or not, I think probably had they done so, they probably would have felt it in a way that they didn't want to feel it.
Very true.
You know what I mean? And at some point you have to really separate. Like, okay, look, if I do this, it might fuck with my pay, but this is bigger than my pay.
Right.
At some point you do have to separate the two, but I think that they probably felt like they really couldn't right now so early, but the only thing they can technically do is, okay, we win the Super Bowl, I ain't got to go see that president.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think this is their way of following foot with Kaepernick. The big question to be is what's going to happen next season? Not only for these players, but even with the Kaepernick thing. Like, does he continue to protest? You know what I mean? They're going to...
They're about to get Kaepernick up out of there. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, they're going to get him up out of there. There's no question about that. I said that like a while ago. But wherever he goes, does he follow suit with that protest?
No, you're right. Does he continue?
Does he continue? What happens? But then this goes back to me saying, yes, we appreciate the protest. We appreciate the marches or hell, even some of the riots. But at this point, we need some form of action. And right now, I'm holding the leaders that oppose Donald Trump accountable at this point.
Oh, yeah,
we
definitely.
don't know, as civilians, we don't know those processes that we need to take in order to get somebody out of process. Yeah, we need them, and they're not stepping up. It's only so much we can do.
But, to piggyback off the comment you just made about what's going to happen next season, that is an interesting question because, correct me if I'm wrong again, if I remember correctly, there was I think it was on ESPN or Fox Sports, one of those. LeGarrette Blount is the number one running back in the country.
Really?
Yeah. So are you going to not play the number one running back in the country just because he decided to not go to the White House? Are you going to shorten his minutes? Like, what are you going to do? How do you combat that decision as a coach that supports this president?
That's interesting. That is very interesting. I don't know.
It's wild.
I don't know. That's different. I mean, it's with Kaepernick's situation. I mean, he's not a top 10 quarterback right now.
Top 20.
Right. So it's easy for them to kind of dismiss him in that sense. But
Right.
you have a very valid point. That'd be interesting to see.
It will be very interesting to see.
I don't know.
I guess only time will tell on that one.
Yeah.
But
that's the scary part.
That is the scary part. Hey, man, but if anybody's ready to just revolt and do your thing, I proudly support it. I'll give you a commercial on the Noize. If you are really trying to do that, like we'll have a whole radio spot for him.
I'm with that.
We'll do the interview and the whole nine.
I'm with that.
I think the only person to even get close to doing anything to a president was a dude that threw the shoes at George W. Bush.
Hey, I want to know how he's doing.
He's probably doing pretty good.
If he's still in that country, he ain't doing good.
Well, that's the thing. Well, that was his country. Now the president's Secret Service took the nigga out. Because it looked like it did, in a sense, I could see how it could look like an assassination attempt. But I'm pretty sure he got a couple of high fives when they finally let his ass out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did too.
But man, watching that video, I'm like, dude, you got to get your picture game up because he got hella close.
He did.
And Bush Mayweathered the fuck out of them shoes. He said, try again, motherfucker. You know what I mean? That's probably why he ended up getting both size 11s.
But you know what's bad about this whole Trump thing, bro?
What's that?
Even the Bushes don't fuck with him.
That says so much.
Like,
when the Bushes don't fuck with
him, bro. George Bush Sr. damn near died.
Right.
But he was at the Super Bowl.
He was like, I'm gonna go see these. Patriots,
he wasn't at the inauguration, but he was at the Super Bowl
in the wheelchair, still
That's
dying.
Crazy.
At that. Man, you see that meme that said that Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy ain't nobody.
Had me rolling. And I love SpongeBob. If you know me, man, I love SpongeBob.
Yeah, man. You ain't no choice, man. You got too many kids.
Why you probably put my business out there like that, dog?
I ain't even talking about.
You
all
said
this,
too many, like I got 5 or 6 or something.
You got 7.
No,
it was 7 last time I checked.
You can eat shit. No, I don't.
No, I will not.
I don't have 7 kids.
Yeah, you do.
Don't want 7 kids. Don't know nobody with 7 kids.
I do. Yeah. Look like Snow Black. Can't even call Snow White.
I do not want them problems. You don't even get a check when you got 7 kids.
Nah, not at all. They just laugh at you like, you want what back from the government? Okay. I see what you're trying to do.
Right. You think you're funny.
Like, this nigga got jokes. Hey, clap it up for him. Oh, man. I guess we did low-key dive a little bit in politics on that one. So now that I'm getting the hives from talking about it, let's go ahead and move on to the next subject. So we got to celebrate one of our black leaders in this situation, you know, first guy on camera to start swinging at white security guards. Shout out to Charles Oakley.
Bruh. I still don't know what the whole issue was.
Oh, I got you.
But bruh, Charles Oakley was out there serving
giving
shit.
niggas the work.
He was pushing dudes so hard. Like if nobody was behind dude, he was for sure falling.
He'd been on that court for sure.
Yeah, he was for sure falling. And people had to realize, I don't care if he's old or not. Charles Oakley a big dude.
Charles Oakley's fucking huge.
You know what I mean? Like he's a big guy, and he was out there pushing this shit out of this dude.
He was muffing cats. I'm like, Charles Oakley, bravo, sir.
But you know what? They deserve that shit.
They did.
I'm gonna tell you why they deserve it. Again, I don't know what happened, but you don't approach, especially right now. If I see 10 white security guards coming up to me,
I'm ready for the ruckus.
Exactly. I have to go into defense mode. You know what I mean? If they felt a certain way that they had to address him for whatever reason, they could have sent one person up there. Hey, we need to talk to you about X. I'm pretty sure they could have handled that situation completely different. But you go up to some 6-foot+ dude, and he's trying to enjoy the game with all your homeboys, he ain't gonna have no trailer to start swinging.
All right, so about that, yeah, he wasn't trying to enjoy the game. So that's the that's the story.
So he came there with the shits?
He came there with the shits, bro. He
shit.
came there like, you know what? Okay. I want that action. Okay. That's what I'm here for. Fuck a game. To give you guys some insight on what's going on, Charles Oakley, who played for the Knicks from 88 to 98, during his time on the Knicks, he was actually an all-star.
Mm-hmm. He was there tough. He was that muscle dude.
He was in there putting in work.
Yeah.
He heckled the owner, James Dolan. What is it with the Dolans, bro? They just fucking up. They doing y'all Indians dirty.
I don't know, bro.
But anyway, besides the point, he was heckling James Dolan during the first quarter, and they ordered security to take him out. The reason he was heckling him is because he doesn't agree with what James Dolan is doing with the team right now. Mm-hmm. He 110% blames Dolan. He spoke out about it before, and because of that, they stopped mentioning him at the Knicks games. They stopped, they wouldn't let him get free tickets, you know, no press, nothing like that. That's why you didn't hear that Charles Oakley was there until the camera saw him getting into it with the security guards.
Right.
Dolan is trying to eliminate Charles Oakley from Knicks history. Mm-hmm. As bad as your team is right now, you want to talk about every great Knick that ever came through those doors.
Right.
I'd be counting down every single one of them like, hey, no, he scored 12 points in the game. Get this man a high five. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, he said he disapproves of the Knicks and blames Dolan for where they are today. Because of that situation, he's actually banned from Madison Square Garden. For life. They say even if he buys a ticket, his ass
can't come in.
You know what's crazy? You can't hope that motherfuckers don't recognize you.
Oh, yeah.
You try to buy a ticket.
Yeah, it's different. Like if it was me or you and they banned us for life, we probably can still get in there.
Give about 2-3 months and just kind of slip back in there.
Him? Nah,
no, nigga, you're Charles Oakley still.
Right, yeah. Take your ass back there.
Take your ass somewhere.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. But like you said, I think they should be appreciating that man.
They really should. They need to appreciate something about the fucking Knicks right now. They are trash right now.
I did see that he got charged with 3 counts of assault.
Yep. Bro, did you see how he pushed them security guards?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I seen it right there. Like when I'm watching it, because I was actually watching the game. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Right. What is going on over there? And
what's happening in this corner?
Right, and I seen
that's how it was for me. I was like, oh shit, that's Charles Oakley.
Yeah, when they did kick him out. I was like, yep, he's about to get charged.
Yeah, he's getting picked up.
Yeah,
it's over with for the okie doke.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. But you can't. I can kind of understand why he sent so many security guards. Like, yo, that's the owner telling us we got to go do this. We got to go do this. I get that. And it's Charles Oakley. So, yes, you don't want to send no scrawny-ass dude over there. But at the same time, you got to go over there with a different approach. Because that's Charles Oakley.
You absolutely have to.
You know what I mean? You know what he was doing on the court. So, you have to go at it at a different approach. So,
what I disagree, well, first of all, I disagree with the entire situation, man, because this is somebody who's proud of his team, even with the Madison Square Garden ban, even with security kicking him out, he still says, go Knicks. And this Charles Oakley played for like 13 different teams.
Yeah, and then he played for the Bulls at one point.
He played for the Wizards. He played for the Bulls. He played a couple spots.
He played a couple different teams.
He played everywhere. But this is still somebody that after all of that, he's still saying go Knicks. He doesn't want anything more but to see the franchise he was with the longest succeed. That's all he wants. So the fact that he's heckling you, let's take away the fact that he's Charles Oakley. Fans heckle Dolan every fucking game.
Fans heckle the Knicks fucking game.
Every game. Even when Carmelo's having a good game, which is rare, but even when Melo's having a good game, they heckle this nigga. You know what I'm saying? To the point where he's talking shit back to the fans. But if you're not going to invite Charles Oakley as a former Knick, if you're not going to invite Charles Oakley as a special guest, he is just a fan. And fans heckle you all the fucking time. Why is it that this particular fan, you need 6 security guards to come calm him down, to get him from it? Because he didn't throw shit at you.
True.
He didn't say, I'm going to whoop your ass. He didn't do none of that shit.
He exercised his free speech.
Exactly. The only reason he put his hands on them niggas is because they put their hands on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to get him to sit down, trying to get him to go to the back. So he said, I'm going to start muffing these niggas. Fuck it.
I don't blame him for that.
I would have been whooping ass, bro. But you know what? If it wasn't Charles Oakley, had it been like another, black dude, he probably would have got fucked up in the back.
But you know what's funny about that video? Because even if you're watching the video, yes, he pushed a couple people, and you can see that he was actually getting ready to leave because whoever he's with, he's trying to get something from them.
But
they're steady putting their hands on him as he's doing it, which is pissing him off more. Like, bro, all right, I'm leaving. Don't keep touching me.
I think the only reason they even kept touching him is because we're good for this, black people. Even if I'm being forced to leave, I'm gonna get my fucking word out. You gonna hear what the hell I gotta say?
Absolutely. It's interesting. That situation is interesting because I think as an owner, he took the bitch route.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And I think Charles probably could have handled it a little bit differently.
Nah, I don't see how.
I'm saying as being the professional he is and being in that arena. Now, if you somewhere else and this shit's going on, fuck it.
Right.
This ain't my home.
Right.
But you're in that arena.
Ron Artest did that.
Right. I think he could have showed a little bit more class, but I understand. I'm saying for me, I would have probably shown a little bit more class, but in the same breath, hey, don't keep touching me, bro.
I don't see the absence of class in this situation because just him heckling Dolan, I felt like that was just the final straw to Oakley because he's reached out to him before.
You're right.
He's tried to establish conversation with this man. When you're blatantly being disrespectful and not answering my calls, not answering my texts, my emails, my tweets, he's used every possible method to get in contact with Dolan about what's going on with the team. If you're going to blatantly disrespect me like that and then just push all my efforts to the side, I'm going to come see you. Because I feel strongly about this.
Yeah.
And again, he didn't cuss Dolan out, anything like that. He tried to have a conversation with the man. Dolan wasn't trying to hear, so then nigga went off. So if him going off, if we want to kind of look at that as a class issue, then okay, we can give him that. The security, on the other hand, why do you need security if I'm just heckling you? If I'm just giving you a hard time?
Yeah,
you don't need security. I didn't threaten you. I didn't say I'll whoop your ass. I didn't do none of that shit. So if you need security just because I'm heckling you, you're the real bitch in this situation, like you just said. So I don't disagree. And then it's like you said, he was trying to leave.
Yeah, at one point he was trying to leave.
He's trying to leave. And what you keep grabbing my fucking shoulder? Why you grabbing my jacket? Why you grabbing at me in general? I'm trying to fucking leave. And then you want to keep grabbing me? Let me show you how bigger than you I am.
Exactly.
And I'm going to start muffing y'all cats. And the fact it still took 6-7 security guards to get this man out the arena. And he still was walking on his own accord. Not like he was getting dragged out. They tried. He was like, man, get off me. And Caps was getting beat the fuck up because of it.
Hey, I bet you they woke up sore as shit the next day.
That should have never happened.
They woke up again. Nah, fuck Dolan. I'm not escorting nobody.
But you know who they'll probably never. You know what franchise would never do that to a player? Just because they know that security get beat the fuck up. What if Shaq went to a Laker game and was just giving the owner a bunch of shit, and then they try to do the same thing with security? No, I ain't touching this big motherfucker.
I don't think that would happen, but I think I think if that was the case and Shaq went there, I think he's already had some words with the owners before, so it probably wouldn't get there. But if it did, you're absolutely right. Security's like, no.
So you can grab him.
You know, I'm sick. I got the BGs. I got to go home.
Right, as soon as they grab him. I gotta go take a shit. I'll be right back. I gotta take a shit.
I gotta go home. My head hurts.
Like I got PTO left.
Right.
I think I do got PTO left. Yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this sick day. Now, another question that I have when it comes down to Charles Oakley and the situation that happened. Did you notice Phil Jackson's face when everything was going on?
That I didn't notice.
Phil had this like legitimate confused look, like, wait, why are y'all going in on him like this? He was so concerned.
I heard he was walking with him in the terminal.
He went with him to the terminal, like, dude, calm down. Like, this is gonna end badly. Mm-hmm. And in turn of him telling Charles Oakley to calm down, he's telling the security to calm down. Why do I have to tell security to calm down? If he's the one that's being irate, why do I have to tell you as the security guard to calm down?
Because that just shows that the security were, number one, inexperienced. Mm-hmm. That shows that, and having worked security before, that shows the security was inexperienced. That shows that they got to a point where they felt like because they were security, they were bigger than a former player.
Right.
And at this point, nobody's bigger than nobody, but at the same time, calm down, because I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's not hard to take somebody's life. Right. Charles Oakley could have snapped and took one of them security guards' life.
Started breaking necks, right?
You know what I mean? Like all he had to do was grab one person and choke the life out of him. That's all he had to do.
Picked him up, brought him to his eye level, and was like, y'all can't reach him. It's cool.
Granted, as security, you guys, he's choking the life out of someone. You guys beat him down. But now you got a dead security guard and a battered and bruised Charles Oakley. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, he's going home to his family.
Or he's going to jail for murder.
Well, I mean, he's gonna go to jail, but he's gonna still be able to see his family. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. He's gonna see another day at least.
So instead of taking it there, how about you calm yourself down? He's trying to get calmed down, and then we can do this.
You're making
right
it worse.
You know what I mean? Like, people fail to realize, as security guards, what happens is when there's an incident, there's a report that gets written. Mm-hmm. Once that report gets written, depending on how severe the situation is, that situation's going to go to court. This situation's going to go to court.
Hell yeah.
It's going to go to court. So, and with reports.
I'm pretty sure all 6, I think it was 6 or 7, I'm pretty sure they're all going to sue this nigga.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But what I'm saying is, when those reports are written, they have to be accurate. If you're lying in those reports, it immediately diminishes the case.
Trump is in office, sir. I don't think they give a fuck about lying at this point in time.
We ain't talking about Trump. Okay, we talking about this going to court. Mm. When this goes to court and the judge is reading this report, you know what I mean? And in the report it says, as we're walking to the terminal, Phil Jackson is saying, Charles Oakley, calm down. He's also saying the security guards calm down. And this security guard said this. He's going to ask that security guard, why the fuck are you keep egging this situation on? Mm-hmm. That's going to look bad not only on the security guard, but as on the franchise and as the business.
And on Madison Square Garden.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's not going to end well.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, that security guard can end up getting fired. So you now are fired because you decided to keep talking shit when it didn't have to go that way.
Did you hear the crowd's reaction?
Bruh, they were chanting Charles Oakley like the next game.
If that doesn't speak to the organization that this is on y'all, everything that's going on with this man right now is directly to blame on the New York Knicks. I wouldn't be surprised if Spike somehow just, sat back for a little bit, stopped having that representation. Because as of right now, Spike's like their mascot.
Yeah.
And he actually, not even right now, for years.
For years.
Spike's been their mascot.
For years.
He's been their Jack Nicholson. Mm-hmm. Who don't even come to the games anymore, man. I'm sorry.
Jack old, though, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
Jack old, man. Jack might be on his way out.
Nah, this is Jack Nicholson, bro. He's been old his entire career.
You got a point. He like Morgan Freeman.
Exactly. This nigga was born 32. But Jack don't even come to Laker games anymore. Honestly, I don't blame him because it's gotten to the point with me that when I see that they're playing, I'll be like, oh, Lakers, yay. You know what I'm saying? It's not even like I can't even watch the game. But we're going back to this situation.
What if? Now, granted, this is a huge stretch because Knicks fans they're huge fans of the Knicks.
Oh yeah, they're brutal.
You know what I mean? They're brutal. So what if the Knicks fans just don't come? What if one televised game, there is nobody really in the stands?
Someone really should organize that.
You know what I mean? Like, for one game, don't buy no tickets. For you season ticket holders, your shit is already booked. So chances are you've missed a game before.
You've missed a few games because you know that your seat is still there.
Right. Everybody else, we're buying tickets to go to this. So what if for one televised game, we just don't go? That'd be wild to see. I've never seen a live game where there's really nobody. Well, unless you watch. Well, then again, if it's like the Bucks and the Kings or something like that. But I've never seen a team like New York. I don't give a fuck how bad New York is. Their shit is always packed.
Oh yeah, probably gonna piss some people off. But New York fans are probably the greatest, but most gritty fan base.
Agreed.
To all of their teams, and when the Jets suck, when the Knicks suck, when all of their teams suck, they'll still sell the shit out. Either way it goes, because they are hardcore fans.
Mm-hmm. They're going to talk shit about you and then praise you in the same breath.
In the same breath. And they go right back to talking shit about you if you don't keep going with that exact same motion.
Exactly. So it'd be if they were just to not show up to a televised game, that'd be crazy. You know what I mean? That would right there have to speak volumes. And if it didn't, then there really ain't no hope for the Knicks.
You know what else I thought was dope about the Charles Oakley situation? That when he got done heckling James Dolan, he turned to the security guards and was like, "All y'all are sucking Dolan's dick." Oh, he was not with the bullshit that day. He showed up there with no fucks around him, none whatsoever. He came completely empty-handed of fucks.
But you know what? He's been making headlines even before that, because even before that particular situation, he started criticizing Charles Barkley for criticizing LeBron. So he's been on edge for at least a couple
he's been making
weeks.
His way back into the limelight.
Yeah,
for sure.
the last couple of weeks, he's been on edge.
But I mean, he makes a strong point though, because Barkley be saying some stupid shit sometimes.
He do.
Often, actually.
He do. I just learned to tune him out. It's crazy because as a player, he was an animal. People forget Charles Barkley was an animal.
Round-mounded rebound.
But as of right now,
yeah,
he says a lot of fuck shit.
He's on that list with Steve Harvey with a lot of people.
Why? Yeah, I ain't got no problem with Steve.
I ain't got no problem with him, but at the same time, I understand where people are coming from.
I can kind of understand, but I mean, I feel like his good outweighs whatever bad people may feel that he's doing. I mean, everything, to me, how I go about life is everything is subjective. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And some people, like me, don't feel like he's done really any harm, and some people feel like they do. It's all about it being subjective and all about what perspective people are looking at it.
It's all based on perspective. The one negative thing I've heard, and this is a random segue to Steve Harvey. We're gonna get off him in a little bit because we're not really much to talk about with Steve Harvey. But except he really needs to come out and tell us what the fuck they had that conversation in his hotel room. Because
I do agree with that.
All this shit getting signed. What the fuck did y'all talk about?
I do agree with that. Right? Did you tell him sign all that shit?
Sign. You know what I'm saying? Like something you should be there. Like I want to hear what the hell y'all talked about. Yeah. Fucking Ray Lewis need to come out and let us know what the fuck they talked about. Jim Brown need to come out and let us know what they talked about, because we're seeing a bunch of shit go on that has nothing to do with why y'all asses was there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. Had to put my black hat on real quick. The only thing that I agree with, in a sense it's kind of petty, but the fact that think like a lady, act like a man, that's the name of the book, right? Or is the other way around?
I think like a man, act like a lady, ain't it? I don't know.
Act like a lady, think like a man. That's what it was called. Act like a lady, think like a man. Okay. The book. So, only thing I agree with is what Tony Rock said, that this man was a best-selling author, and as we always say when it comes down to people making their money, get your bread. Mm-hmm. I applaud anybody getting their money. So, Steve Harvey, get your bread. But this man is now a best-selling author, and he's been married 3 times. Y'all are taking advice. Y'all are taking advice from a 2-time divorcee.
Yeah. Not only that, his current wife, she's sketchy too.
She looking like she on her way out.
No, I'm not saying she looked like she on her way out. I had read something where she was like married to like a big time drug dealer who got pinched, then started marrying then was with the drug dealer's brother who got pinched. Then she made her way to Steve Harvey. Like, so she's been bouncing, and these dudes have had money.
So she's been about the bread, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe
that's what Steve was talking about.
Maybe.
act like a lady, but think like a nigga. Think like an ain't shit nigga.
Right. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It's all perspective when it comes to Steve, I guess.
Right. But again, get your money, bro. Something I do want to touch on before we get on this last thing, and then we're gonna wrapping this show up. When we're recording this, it is February 11th. And, of course, it's Black History Month. Mm-hmm. African American Alternative History Month as well. I haven't been seeing too many tweets about that in a while. But on this day, this Saturday, Nelson Mandela was let out of prison after 27 years, bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't do any kind of time for a crime that I feel like I was just for committing.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
One of the things that they said... they tried to give him life, first of all.
Yeah, they did.
And They charged him with sabotage with the intent to initiate guerrilla warfare against the government. So he knew going in to the rebellion that he was going to see some time for it. But on the flip side, with all the shit that was going on in South Africa, bruh, what else could you expect?
Yeah,
you know,
I agree. I think unlike him, like if me and you was to do that type of time right now, it'd drive us crazy.
Oh yeah.
But I think for him, being the status he was in going in, granted, yes, you're away from your family anytime is not good. It's hard. Mm-hmm. But I think he probably would have been a little bit more comfortable than what me and you would have been.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. But he had a different mindset towards things.
Yeah.
He had a very calm and collective mindset towards a lot of things. But again, I mean, even as a father, I couldn't imagine going to jail and my kid's a child, and then I come out and my kid is 30.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like that would blow me away. Mm-hmm. I couldn't fucking imagine it.
And then for something like that you honestly in your heart feel you did not do that was wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't know.
And he came out and became president.
Yeah, exactly.
Years. You can't, man, I'm sorry, man. You can't tell me shit if I just did 27 years and I'm still president.
Exactly.
Like, so technically, I won. I was
not only did I win, I was right.
I was hella right. You know what I'm saying? Man, rest in peace, Madiba, man. Shout out to Nelson Mandela. Black history is made every day. Mm-hmm. You know, but even with that, I look back. Who are our black leaders now?
Steve Harvey.
That's all we got. That's all we got.
You know what, man? I think that's the problem that we're facing.
Oh yeah.
You know, we have some people who probably could fill that void, but don't know how to go about it. Mm-hmm. And then we have some people who feel like they are filling that void and they aren't really going about it the right way.
I wonder, but the people that feel like they can fill that void, what's keeping them from initiating that action?
They're scared.
A lot of them aren't even really scared. We had what's my man's name? Man, I haven't heard his name in the news in so long. He's slipped my head. He got the salt and pepper afro. He got that crazy ass gap. With the goatee.
I know you're talking about.
He kind of looked like one of the voodoo dolls from Tales from the Hood.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Fuck, what's his name?
Shit.
It's left me.
Yeah.
In the comment section, let us know. Post a picture of him. If you can, put it next to the picture of the voodoo doll I'm talking about. I remember people were really banking on him, but when you look at a lot of the things he said in media, he gets shitted on a lot.
Yeah.
a lot of his points have been just dragged completely to hell.
The issue is when you got some of these people that want to be black leaders is they try to use the same rhetoric that white people use.
Right.
You know what I mean? White people are, not all white people, but the white people that we're referring to are about bigging up their race. Right. You know what I mean? Doing things that advance their race.
Being the supreme beings, right?
Exactly. So when you got a black person trying to use that same rhetoric, it doesn't work.
They laugh this shit off.
And not only do they laugh it off, but they start to bash other things that's going on. They start to bash the gay community. They start to bash the fact that there's so many different type of. They start not only do they bash the gay community, they start to talk about how people that actually should be in jail are not in jail. And they're trying to use it as systematic racism when a lot of the times it isn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think that they have to try to steer away from that rhetoric. And instead of trying to big up the black people, big up everybody.
Right.
Your following will grow more that way. Mm-hmm. And one of the people that I'm referring to that does this a lot is, what's that man's name? Umar Johnson.
Oh yeah.
He has a lot of points that are good, but he has a lot of stuff where it's like, bro, did you really just say that out your mouth?
It makes you really think, did he research? Right.
Exactly. like did you really just say that? They need to, people that want to be that black leader, they need to start listening to not only what's going on, but what already has taken place.
Right.
Pay attention to some of the things that Dick Gregory says.
Oh yeah.
I listen to a lot of his stuff.
I love Dick Gregory.
You know what I mean? Pay attention to stuff that he's saying.
He's another nigga that's been old his entire career.
Yeah,
every year I'm on Dick Gregory watch. Like, bro, is he cool?
Like, is he on his way out?
See, Cicely Tyson, she's fine. She's 92 and still look, 50 something. So
exactly.
I think we're gonna have Cicely for a while. But Dick Gregory, he always look like he's just inching towards the gates.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But if they listen to some of the stuff that he's saying and keep that in their mind, but also applied to what's currently going on, we'd be better off. I've told you this before. I don't feel like we're going to make advancements, not only as a people, but as a country, until there's a millennial in power.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying necessarily the presidency, but just in a higher form of power to where they can make changes.
Oh, yeah.
Until we get that.
But it has to be an informed millennial because
exactly.
I think that's one of the things I actually saw. The highest, the generation with the highest rate of stress and anxiety is us millennials.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that, if I remember correctly, 80% of it stems just from money. And I'm not saying they're not paying attention to what's going on, but that other 20%, I think like only 5 or 6% comes from what's going on with the country, what's going on with,
right.
based on the surroundings or whatever. I got to look it up again. Post it in the comments if y'all see it. But no, I actually want to retract me saying that it doesn't deal with fear, because if you go back through history, Martin Luther King out of here, Malcolm X out of here, Medgar Evers out of here, fucking they assassinated the fucking leader of the founder, of the Black Panther Party in his fucking bed. Harvey Milk, big advocate for the homosexual community, out of here. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times when you step up for the minority, whether it's, race, creed, color, any of the situations, anytime you step up for the voiceless, in a sense, they make sure you don't do it again. So
exactly.
I can understand the fear.
What it is, and then we're watching, and this is one of the things that I'm learning, we're watching, even as kids, we're growing up watching our fathers getting locked up.
Right.
We're watching leaders like Martin Luther King, and we're learning about these leaders that are getting killed. You know what I mean? Pretty much for nothing. We're learning about all these things growing up, so by the time we get of age, we don't want that to happen.
Right. It's like, yeah, let's go ahead and let's avoid that.
You know what I mean? You can be one that you stand up for the just and for the things that are right, but you do it from afar.
Right.
And I think that's what's going on, especially with social media. I ain't trying to be a hashtag.
Yeah, that's the last thing I really want.
You know
my
what I mean?
hashtag gonna be whack.
How do you come to that conclusion?
Cause I feel like it's gonna be like Big Los is my big homie or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Or it's gonna be fucking hashtag Los was a real one. I want mine to be a little more respectful. Like,
right.
Recipe Sandra Bland, but hashtag say her name, dope.
Yeah.
So much attention. You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Hashtag hands up, don't shoot, dope. So much attention. Hashtag Los was a real one. Nah, I don't want to see it. I don't want it.
Okay. If ever, God forbid, but if ever something like that was to happen,
you are in charge of my hashtag, Kev.
I got you.
Thank you. Don't put me on a fucking shirt. Don't Photoshop me in the sky with wings. Don't do that ghetto shit. Give me a dope hashtag and burn this bitch to the ground. That's all I want.
And you know what? This is going into what I'm saying. People want to do that from afar.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't want to be the one that ends up a casualty of war. And sadly, that happens.
Often.
I think you have to have casualties of war in order to get certain things across.
That's why people like Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King, like they went at it knowing I may not make it to XYZ age. You know what I'm saying?
And it takes a special kind of person to be able to do that.
Yes.
And I think that they're out there, but I don't think nobody is ready to
die, basically.
Yeah, they're not ready to be like, you know what, this is bigger than me. You know what I mean? And then right now we're in more of a self-centered period.
I think the last person we have step up, honestly, was Barack Obama. It takes a bold individual to go that far into the political race and then win and then do 8 years. Like they said he received death threats every day for those. Can you imagine 8 years and every day somebody's talking about plugging you?
I think at one point you gotta be like, all right, whatever.
I'm sure he got to that point after like year number 3, like, oh, death threat. All right, throw that away.
Right, all right, whatever. You know what I mean?
But I think he's the last bold African American I've seen step up. He didn't, necessarily step up in the name of African Americans, but as far as stepping up in a leadership role, he's really the last one we've had.
You know what? And this is what sucks for the Barack Obama is. I almost called him the president. This is what sucks for Barack Obama.
He is the president. What you mean?
But I think now that he's out of office, his job is probably harder than what it was when he was in office.
It looks like he's having a pretty great fucking time right now.
Right now he's living it up. He's doing everything he could do.
With the CEO of Virgin.
Right now he's living it up. But I mean, once he comes back, I think he might have more of a difficult time getting shit together, because before, when you're the president, yes, you can make laws and you can do certain things, but like I said, there's checks and balances with that stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless you're doing a Trump approach, you're just saying fuck all that. There's checks. Normally, there's checks and balances with that stuff. You know what I mean? You have to. This has to be passed. People have to approve this. They can veto that. You know what I mean? It's different things that are going to play. Now that he's out, they're going to be looking for him. We are going to be looking for him. Like, hey, bro, do you see this shit going on? Fix it.
Right. Like, do something.
You know what I mean? So I think he might have a little bit more difficult of a time now than what he did when he was in office.
I hope, because I've thought about that as well. I hope that he does somehow step in and but would do something to rectify some of these situations.
Yeah, I hope so too. But put yourself in his shoes. Would you really want to?
No, I'm staying in Maui.
Right, like you just did 8 years, and like you said, you got death threats every day. Call me a monkey. Call my wife a monkey. Call my daughters a monkey. You know, when I tried to do this, I tried to give you motherfuckers free health care. Y'all ragged on me.
Still wasn't fucking
the whole time. Now I'm in Maui. Y'all asking. It's like that. Baby, come back. And that's really what it is. So if I was him, I'd be like, man, buy me a fucking island and say fuck y'all.
And say fuck everybody. Telling you, no Wi-Fi, no TVs. Only entertainment I need is that water bouncing up off the shore. That's all I need. Great conversation on that one. I really do hope to see a great black leader step up. And
we need one. And not only do we need one for black people, we need one for all minorities.
For all people.
You know what I mean? Like, we need that. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing...
It should have been Bernie.
It should have been. We should have had Bernie in office. We should have had Bernie in office, and then we still... Even though if we had Bernie in office, we still would need those black leaders.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
We need a face for sure.
Exactly.
But as far as somebody that can tap the other side, we needed Bernie.
Yeah.
We needed a face that looks like them.
Yeah, you're right about that. I wouldn't be opposed to saying no. A black leader, a Hispanic leader,
of course,
a Asian leader. You know what I mean?
Let's get an Hispanic leader.
Let's get them, and let's all be like, all right, look, this is what we're gonna do for our communities. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And this is not bashing. We can even have a white leader that comes into there too. This is not, and I'm saying that to say not all of them are bad. I don't even want to sound like that when I say it.
So many chuckles in between that.
I don't even want to sound like that when I say it, because I have seen white people out there marching with us.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I have seen them saying, "Hey, Black Lives Matter." I have seen that.
They be having the dopest Nelia when they be out there. Boy, they paraphernalia be crazy.
So I wouldn't even be opposed to saying that. But what I'm saying is they all need to come together and figure this shit out.
And constructively.
Because I'll be the first to tell you, one of you cops killed one of my children, like you said, I am burning this bitch down.
It's got to go.
There is no more strip.
It's got to go.
There's no more nothing. I've had plenty of thoughts on if I was to do X, Y, and Z, how I would do it. I will burn this bitch up if one of mine comes up hurt because of some racist motherfucker.
Yeah, that's why I make it a point to say burn it down, because I don't want nobody saying if they were ever to take me out, God forbid, of course, if they were ever to take me out for some wild shit, Los wouldn't have wanted this. Actually.
Yes. I want this to be recorded. If something like that happened, tear shit up.
If you go back to episode 23, he did say burn this bitch to the ground.
Right. Tear shit up.
Burn this shit to the ground. I'm sorry. And I know one thing, I had this conversation with my father before too, and he said before, like, if I ever lost your kids or something like that, I don't know what I'd do, because they would have to kill me.
Yeah.
No matter what. I said, and I want everyone to have that mindset.
Yeah. And I think, especially being a father, you get to that point. You get to that point where you're like, all right, bro, if my kid, when they, a teenager, and they're driving or they're doing whatever, and they're not harming nobody, and you feel like it's upon you to take their life, you have to see me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's going to be different from me getting into a regular altercation and that person has to see me. It ain't going to be no fist fight, bro. I am going to destroy you.
There's very little conversation,
right,
if any.
I am going to make it a point to where it's going to be like one of those movies to where after I destroy you, your kids are going to come looking for me. And I'm going to be waiting for them.
Your people coming after mob. He's going to be like John Wick, basically.
Basically.
That's what I need. I need a John Wick.
I'm going to see that tonight.
Bro, I saw that shit the other night. Bomb.
Swear.
No, lying. Horrible.
It was bad?
It was bad.
Don't play with me.
You'll go see it. Still go see John Wick if you want to go see it, bro.
I'm going to go see it.
Yeah, do that. And that goes for anybody else listening as well. Jay Alonso is supposed to drop a review. So, yeah, you can just listen to all of that. Anyway, as y'all listening to this, today is Grammy Sunday.
Yeah.
And we want to get out our predictions before everything starts, so it's on record. And we'll go back to this and see how accurate we was. So for record of the year, Adele is up for Hello, Beyonce for Formation, Lucas Graham for 7 Years, Rihanna for Work, and 21 Pilots for Stressed Out. Who you think getting that?
Beyonce probably gonna get that. I'm saying Beyonce gonna get that, followed by Rihanna, followed by Adele. I hated that 7 years joint.
Here, I don't even know what the fuck 7
I heard
years is.
it was come on the radio a lot. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like if I don't have my phone plugged up or whatever the case is, it'll come on the radio.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of satellite radio, so I'm not familiar.
Yeah, that shit was ass to me.
Honestly, I would love Beyonce to win it, especially if they don't want Kanye up there. But I would love Beyonce to win it. She went to work, you know what I'm saying, all last year, especially with the album, with the singles and everything like that. But I don't see them giving that to anybody but Adele.
No, I think they will, bro. I think they will only because of the noise that it made. And then Beyonce's smart. Last week she told us she was having twins.
True.
She in the media right now.
But how many times have they snubbed Beyonce?
You're right.
Shit ton of
You're
times.
right. And I think that feeds
For
my
Sting.
point. I think that goes to my point though. I don't think they're gonna snub her because I think once all them times they snubbed her before, now we in the age with social media.
Yeah.
They're gonna hear about it.
Now I can see that, you know, something coming from it if we make Noise and then the next Grammys come up because the Oscars got a little darker this year.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
You see?
You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean we're gonna win, unfortunately.
That's true.
So that's record of the year. Album of the year, Adele, 25. Beyonce, Lemonade. Justin Bieber, Purpose, the fuck. Drake, Views. And Sturgill Simpson, A Sailor's Guide to Earth. I think Sturgill's got it, bro.
I was about to say that. Anybody with a name like that, son, they know some shit. They know some shit.
Now, for this one, I think they're going to give it to Beyonce because you didn't hear that much about 25, but Lemonade was every fucking way.
Yeah,
there was a storyline behind Lemonade.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they have no choice but to give that to Beyonce.
You're right. Justin Bieber, for real?
Well, you want fucking with Purpose?
I don't even know what songs are on that fucking album.
Me neither. I just want to see what you're going to say.
Justin Bieber got some hits. He do got a few hits. But, nah.
I can honestly say I've liked one Justin Bieber song, and it's actually one of his least popular songs. I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but he sounded like a nigga on it.
No, I'm not talking early Justin Bieber, but later he had a few tracks.
Nah, pass.
That he had some hits on. I was like, okay, I'm rocking with this one. But he had a lot of features on there too, so.
Nah. I've never really been a fan of Justin Bieber.
I'm not saying I'm a fan. I'm saying he had a few hits.
Okay, I've never been a fan of his hits. He's had hits, of course, but he hasn't had hits in my eyes.
That's all I said.
He said, you making this way more with me. Song of the year. Yeah, Formation, Beyonce. I think all of this is going to be Beyonce and Adele, basically. Formation, Beyonce. Hello. I'm gonna go through all these, then I'm going to circle back to my question. Hello, from Adele. I Took a Pill in Ibiza, Mike Ponzer. Love Yourself, Justin Bieber. And 7 Years, Lucas Graham. Now, what the fuck is the difference between Song of the Year and Record of the Year?
That's a good fucking question.
Since I'm not really seeing a difference, I think that's going to Adele again.
You think Hello was bigger than Formation?
It's not even really a thought. Yes, it was bigger. It was bigger in sales. It was bigger in popularity. Formation was on a lot.
You know what?
But you would hear Hello. Let's say you're taking a 15-minute drive. You're gonna hear Hello at least 3 times.
Back then, you know what? This is with those two categories. I think Beyonce takes the first one with the regular year, but
You didn't gonna split it.
Adele might take the second because Hello. That's when she hadn't made no music for a while,
and they was excited to have her back.
Exactly. So she might get that one with that track. Because when that came out, I mean, it was a cool track when it came out. Okay, Adele, I see where you're going with this one. But we hadn't heard nothing for a few years.
Right.
You know what I mean? Beyonce, she stays relevant every year. So I think Beyonce gets the record. Adele gets the song.
Best New Artist.
None of them.
Nah, I think I know who's taking this one. I know who I want to take it. Even though I'm cool with, let's go through this and I'll get to it. Best New Artist, Kelsey Ballerini.
Don't know who that is.
Kelsey Ballerini, The Chainsmokers, Chance the Rapper, Maren Morris, and Anderson .Paak. I want Anderson .Paak to take it. I truly, truly do, but I don't think that's going to anybody but Chance the Rapper. Anderson .Paak had a hell of a ladder of 2016, but Chance had a stellar 2016 in general.
I just can't get with his music, bro.
I couldn't get with his early music. I like his shit now, though.
I just can't get with his music, man.
I like his shit now. His last album was very gospel-y, but I enjoy watching his growth. And I know a lot of my niggas can't get with his music, so I understand for sure. But
ironically, he got a song with Justin Bieber that I think was dope.
He has a song with Justin Bieber?
It's Justin Bieber's song, but he's featured on it.
Oh, man. Well,
I thought it was dope.
Get your check, bro. Get your check. Best pop solo performance. Adele, Hello. Beyonce, Hold Up. Justin Bieber, Love Yourself. Kelly Clarkson, Piece by Piece. Didn't even know she had a single this year. And Ariana Grande, Dangerous Woman. Now,
can they all tie? Because I don't know who the fuck would win that shit because it sounds all rubbish to me.
It all sounds like, you know, what they spun on the radio for every fucking day. But I think, and this could be going out on a very serious limb, I think they're going to do a sneak attack and give that to Dangerous Woman, Ariana Grande.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because she's another one that had a stellar year. First of all, I don't think Justin Bieber's going to walk out with a single Grammy. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't think he's going to do that. But I can definitely see them being like, okay, this is going to Ariana Grande. Now, which song was Hold Up?
Who's on that song?
Beyonce.
I don't fucking know.
Oh, well. I was trying to, because first I thought it was the one she did with Kendrick, but I think that one's called Freedom. Now, if it was that one, I'd be like, get that to Beyonce.
I don't know. I tried to see if I heard it somewhere. No, I don't know.
Beehive, y'all know what to do. Best pop duo / group performance. The Chainsmokers, Closer. Lucas Graham, 7 Years. Rihanna, Work. Sia, Cheap Thrills. 21 Pilots, Stressed Out. I think that's going to Riri.
Yeah.
Like these songs were big. Work was a fungus.
Yeah.
Was a goddamn plague that just kept taking motherfuckers out. Like that Work was everywhere.
And I did not like that song.
It got annoying after a while.
It was annoying as soon as I heard it.
It got annoying after a while. I kind of
what made me tolerate it was once I saw the video.
Of course.
Then I was like,
I think that's how it is with any Rihanna video.
I'm
I'm not
yeah.
gonna say with any Rihanna song. But what was that Throw It Up track? I fucking hated that song until I saw the video.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't fucking stand it. But boy, when that video came out,
this is not the most recent album, but the one before that, right?
Yeah.
The unapologetic joint, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I got history with that song, but that's a different story.
Horrible. Let me see. Some of these I ain't gonna go through. There's a bunch of them on here. Nope. 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 I don't know. Do y'all want to hear about best dance electronic album? I didn't think so. Nope. All right, cool. We got some good ones back into play. Best traditional R&B performance: The Three of Me, William Bell, BJ the Chicago Kid, Woman's World, Fantasia, Sleeping with the One I Love.
Fucking hate that song.
Layla Hathaway, Angel, and Jill Scott, Can't Wait.
I gotta go with BJ the Chicago Kid.
He had another stellar year. My nigga, he sent Obama off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that to BJ. You're absolutely right. I think I gotta give that one to BJ. Best R&B song: Party Next Door, Come and See Me.
Trash.
Bryson Tiller, Exchange. Rihanna, Kiss It Better. Maxwell, Lake by the Ocean, and Tory Lanez, Love. Honestly,
that might go back to that Lake by the Ocean joint, bro. They might give it to that one.
They might, just so they can avoid having to go between Rihanna and Bryson Tiller.
But Bryson Tiller, I like Bryson Tiller track, but that Rihanna track sounds more pop to me than R&B. That particular song, it sounds more pop to me.
But since she's black, they decided to throw it into they were gonna put it in the pop charts. But I don't know. I'm not even gonna try to give one on that because I don't want to be wrong. And I feel a wrong coming on with this one. Best Urban Contemporary Album: Beyonce, Lemonade, Gallant, Oology, King, We Are King, Anderson .Paak, Malibu, Rihanna, Anti. Wow, Rihanna and Beyonce are up against each other for Urban Contemporary Album. I think it's going to Beyonce though.
Popularity has to go to Beyonce.
Yeah. You know what though?
Because
Rihanna is fucking popular right now.
Don't get me wrong. She's definitely popular, but I think Beyonce got a little bit more longevity.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Her hive is way deeper than.
You got to remember, Rihanna was one point like she crossed platforms.
She had to, right?
Rihanna was one point like teenage white girl popular.
Teenage white girl music.
Yeah. Now she's like, all right, bitch, go get my bag. We out. Then now she's that popular. You know what I mean? Like,
Next one is Best R&B Album, BJ the Chicago Kid, In My Mind, Layla Hathaway Live, Layla Hathaway, Terrence Martin, Velvet Portraits, Mint Condition, Healing Season. They had a fucking album this year?
What?
Right. Well, Mint Condition, they got it. Maya, Smooth Jones, had an album this year?
I thought she was just in the gym. I was just looking at that.
I saw her at my job a couple days ago. A couple months ago. Yeah, she was.
I would have been down there in a heartbeat. That was my first celebrity crush.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't think she'd fall off, did you? She didn't fall off physically, obviously. She's still gorgeous. Yeah. But, nigga, she had an album this year?
I didn't know that.
That is wild. I had no clue. All right, here we go. This is definitely it right here. Best Rap Performance.
Oh.
Chance the Rapper, No Problem. Designer, Panda. Drake, Pop Style. Fat Joe and Remy Ma, All the Way Up. Schoolboy Q, That Part.
I think that Fat Joe joint got to win that joint. This best performance?
Best rap performance, yeah.
I think that Fat Joe got to win that one.
Yeah, because I was going to say that maybe Panda, but if it was best rap song, I probably would have gave it to Panda. Because Panda was infectious.
Yeah,
Panda was everywhere. But yeah, I got to agree. I think it's going All the Way Up. They had a hell of a performance.
Yeah.
Let me see. Best rap sung performance. Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, Freedom, giving it to that.
Yeah.
Even though it may be Drake, Hotline Bling. Drum, Broccoli, Kanye West, Ultralight Beam, or Kanye West, Famous. I fucked with Famous. That was our shit for a little bit.
Yeah, I did fuck with Famous.
Oh, man, moment of silence for Famous. All right, so I gotta get at the Freedom, bro. That was every time they performed it, it was a fucking epic.
Yeah, I gotta give that to them too.
Gotta give it to Freedom. Best rap song, All the Way Up, Famous, Hotline Bling, No Problem, Ultralight Beam.
I think that's gonna tie between Ultralight Beam. What was the one you said before Hotline Bling?
No Problem. No Problem and Famous. And All the Way Up.
It might be a tie between the two Kanye joints. and honestly, like I'm not I like Famous. Famous is my shit on that album. I really didn't care for that album. Ultralight Beam, I didn't really care for the song, but when that intro dropped, bro, I'm like, I'm in my mode. And then I skip the song. So
he said, then I go past it. I get my Jesus and I get moving. Best rap album. Here we go. Coloring Book, Chance the Rapper, De La Soul, and the Anonymous Nobody. DJ Khaled, Major Key, Drake, Views, Schoolboy Q, Blank Face, or Kanye West, Life of Pablo.
Now, I'm being biased. I'm not going to be completely honest. I'm being biased. Mm-hmm. I'll do this. I think the Tribe Called Quest album should win.
It's not on there. And I was actually going to get to that, too. But
it's not?
No, it's not up. That's De La Soul.
Oh, shit. I thought Tribe Called Quest album was on there. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'm being completely biased. Blank Face. Blank Face is my shit.
Blank Face is a dope album. I think they're going to give it to Life of Pablo, though. Because
they probably
that
are.
was a big fucking album.
They probably are. I hope they don't give it to Views. Views was trash.
Views was horrible. And everyone seems to disagree with me when I say how trash Views was.
Trash.
Now, to circle back to your point, and really that was the last one Black people are going to truly give a fuck about. So that's going to be it when it comes down to the Grammy nominations. Best of luck to everybody that we think is going to win. Best of luck to all the Black people going up for something. There's a couple things in here like scores and like I see Straight Outta Compton's up for best soundtrack. I hope they win because that's basically saying an NWA album won. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Straight Outta Compton?
The Straight Outta Compton soundtrack is
the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
the album?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No.
I was like, wait a minute, that came out so long ago.
Nah, right. But no, I think I can truly say that they were snubbed.
Who?
I think that Tribe Called Quest was snubbed. This, to me, we'll take it from here. Thank you for your services. Was the best album of 2016. To me, I'm not saying it is in everybody's head, but to me, that was the best album of 2016. They were for sure snubbed just now.
Yeah, for them not even being on that list. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so
they're for sure
they
snubbed.
They definitely should have got a nomination from that. Well, that's it, folks. We appreciate y'all rocking with us per usual. Kev, where can they find you at, sir?
_ Hollywood Kev. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram too. Same @name. That's pretty much it for me.
At Big Los UTC, Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Y'all know the rules. Make sure y'all follow the Beat Network page and the Twitter page. You're gonna start seeing a lot more content going up. A lot of changes coming as well. Again, thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you to everybody that listens. We always appreciate your patronage, and we want to make sure y'all keep rocking with us. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna keep giving y'all what it is you come here to listen to. And as always, it's Big Los.
It's Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.